All right, Pisces, what's going on with you? Let's get into it. Sorry for the delay. We've had some a little bit of upheaval here just in terms of, things I need to attend to. So apologize for the delay. But let's take a look. And I was just looking at your chart, which I'll talk more about in the extended. And I'm just going to give you the big picture here. 2026 is going to be about getting your money situation back on solid ground. Okay. And just so you know, the nodes are moving from your sign of Pisces, North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. The nodes are moving, North Node going back into Aquarius and South Node in Leo. And that's relevant. It's because it's going to be happening in August. So I just want you to know that between now and August, this is the time to really focus on the money part for yourself. Because when the North Node is in Aquarius, it's historically like the lowest ebb of the economic cycle. So right now, while it's in Pisces, in your chart, in your energy, there is something about you reinventing yourself through your spiritual practices, okay? And really embracing that. Meditation and like, okay, well, how do I get my money back on solid ground? If you want to do that, that may really be a powerful, consistent, I want to say consistent type of practice for you. Not just a one day off where I'm like, I'm going to meditate today. I'm going to get all my answers, because that's not really what's being asked of you. What's being asked of you is creating something that's more stable, more long-term practice. And it really is going to be revolving around getting your money in order. And I stress it before August because, like what I said about the North Node moving into Aquarius, it might be harder. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and that's about constriction. Okay, so big picture. Oh, look at you. Lucky. All right, we needed that. Yay. Oh, wow. Hey, here's the meditation card. There's Saturn, the time card, and affluence. Yes. So, all right. Thank you for that validation, Spirit. Everything I just said. Yes. Okay. The meditation, the doing it consistently, the connecting with your guides, recognizing that your intuition is in your body, not ungrounded practices, right? You're needing to be in your body. Your gut works in terms of information and, spiritual downloads and all that. But if you have been through a lot and your perception of things is off, meaning trauma, if you've had trauma or whatever, you could be reacting out of a trauma gut. And so your job is to step into meditation in a much more consistent way so that you can tell the difference between trauma gut, which is basically anxiety. I'm acting out of anxiety and fear, versus true guidance. If you haven't already been doing that, start today, please. Okay? Because like I said, when we get into August, you might really need to have that all settled. Page of Swords, 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords, the Justice card, the 7 of Swords. Oh, look at that. Ace of Swords. Wow. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. I can't help myself. And the Sun. So lots of good things coming. These are three aces right in a row. Lots of good things coming, especially this sun card. The cards underneath tell me what's going on sort of under the surface, or what's happening even though you might not see it. So resist drama. If you have said to yourself at some point, well, there's nothing I can do about it. This drama is just, this is who I am, or this is what my life is. A lot of what could really help you right now is the grounding thing and the Saturn thing. All right. So Saturn is in your sign right now. Saturn, Pisces. Saturn is going to go direct at the end of this month, 29th-ish. We have Neptune also sitting right there with you in Pisces. And It's at the very last degrees. So this is what's known as the anaretic degree, the 29th degree, and that is a very karmic placement. And so this is really a cycle of wrapping things up here in 2025 and getting into 2026. What you're needing to do is really have these spiritual practices grounded and, sort of, it's an everyday thing. I look forward to my meditation practice. I look forward to connecting with my guides. I stay balanced. I stay grounded. All right. Resist the urge to be all up here. That's not really where intuition is filtered through. We're looking at the cosmic heart here, especially for you Pisces. Okay. So I got lucky and I got affluence. This is really good. Okay. Wow. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, a spiritual calling. No doubt. Wow. The fourth ace. This is a spiritual calling. Something about how you use the resources is what matters. So you could have come from a family that has a lot of resources that don't do a good job of using the resources for spiritual expansion or helping other people or anything like that. But you may be called to do that. All right. It's a different thing. 7 of Pentacles than where you've come from. Lots of drama from where you're coming from. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. This, whatever this is, whoopsie, come on back here. This is a lot of drama, and this is about resisting that drama, investing in time and energy of keeping yourself grounded, like I keep saying. Boy, keeping grounded, staying out of drama, and instead finding your tribe. That's what's on offer for 2026. I like this a lot. I love this, actually. Emperor, Hierophant, 4 of Wands. So there's structure here. There's stability. This doesn't look like stability necessarily where you're coming from, but this is the way to stability, is for you to be your own guide through your intuition, not through your thinking mind or not through ungrounded. Like if you've been working on your spiritual practices or I'm super spiritual. Why do I keep attracting this drama to me? Why do I keep attracting narcissists? Because there's something super ungrounded in your energy, and that you can change right now in the end of 2025. So November into December is going to be an excellent time, and even into January is going to be an excellent time for you to really start, if you haven't already, being the High Priestess. No fluster, no muster. I'm not hanging out with people who are drama. The time period we're in right now is everything is going internal. Saturn retrograde. Jupiter just went retrograde. We have Mercury in retrograde right now. Uranus just went retrograde back into Taurus. Okay, which I will talk about. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. Your second house is being activated. Second house, Aries. Pisces in the first house, Pisces rising. But I'm also getting that even if you're a Pisces sun, this is really relevant because there's something about you taking the leadership role and getting out of being a wallflower or falling back into a team kind of experience. Instead, you taking action, you being the leader. And I do feel like this is about creating some kind of stability for yourself. 4 of Wands is, you have all of the aces here. A totally new beginning. This Ace of Wands, the ideas are going to come through this grounded spiritual practice. And then the Virgo energy will open up. So North Node in first house, South Node in the 7th house. If you have a relationship, this looks like multiple people. But if you are in a relationship that is a lot of drama, some of you might be going through a divorce. That's a lot of drama. And in 2026, really time to learn about what did you learn from that relationship or these relationships about setting boundaries, about being stable and solid on your own. Because I'm getting Taurus and Aries here, and this is really good energy as we're moving toward the future. The Ace of Wands, Hanged Man, surrender to the new beginning. King of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. You're going to have some decisions to make, and you might have them within the next week or so. Decisions to make that go help you protect your heart. Don't make choices for other people, especially people who have a lot of drama. I think you feel like you don't have a lot of choices. And that's one of those things that maybe has come from your family. That maybe they didn't see you as somebody who was capable of making a lot of choices in your life, but now is the time when you're stepping up. This is a whole new chapter. This is an entirely new chapter. And I love this. It's a good chapter. It's just potential, though, right now. It's just potential. You're going to have to align yourself in a really powerful way. I feel like there's messages trying to come through to you about this new beginning, that because other people's drama is taking up so much oxygen in the room, you're not really hearing what you need to be hearing, or you're not really getting the message. You might need to take some time just to sit in silence for a while. Say no to invitations. Take a breath from, if you're going through a divorce, need some time to yourself here. November is the perfect time. I know this is reading about 2026, but I feel like the end of 2025 is going to set you up. So take the time now. This Emperor and Hierophant, about you taking the lead on a commitment. The World, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Wheel. Wow. Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. So a lot of sevens here. Very spiritual practice type of reading. And you're going to have a ton of good things showing up. But can you see them? Because they're just potential. No one's dropping $1 million into your bank account. What's happening is, and this is what might show up, is you might get an invitation to a holiday party. Not this group that's all drama and doing things that maybe you don't want to do anymore, but a new group of people, a new set of friends, a new opportunity in terms of a job or something like that. Holiday parties, whatever's going on, I would go. You might be meeting new people at that party that is going to lead you to this career success, this financial success. Okay, so you got to follow the breadcrumbs. And part of being very spiritually aligned, which is your natural capability, but it also needs discipline. It needs some discipline. Saturn is here. In order to create affluence in your life, it's going to need some discipline. And the recognition that no one's going to drop this in your lap. You're going to have access to opportunities that you get to choose. So what will happen is the more you align with the North Node and your sign of Pisces with Saturn and Neptune there, the more you align with spiritual practices, the more the South Node, Virgo, will open up. I feel like right now, some of you are being a servant to a person in your life, a couple, a marriage, a business partnership or something. And your job is to really get out of that. All right. And lead with the guidance that you're getting from creating a spiritual practice. Okay. So let's keep going into your reading. I'll tell you more about 2026 in the extended. There's a link below, Pisces, if you want to continue on. See you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.